Hi everybody, I'm Chris Brinkley and welcome to the Coach Jason Simpson Show. And the Skyhawks opened the season at Tennessee, a historic game for the UT Martin program, Coach.
No, it really was. It was a great opportunity for our players. To be in that type of environment in front of 99,000 and a few people, and the history there, and just it was a memory that I'll always have. Wish the game would have turned out a little bit better, and we could have played better, especially in the second half. But when you play good teams, and they're a quality football team, and so just a little bit difference in the size and the speed in some spots, and it certainly showed up.
We'll watch the highlights in just a moment. But Coach, we did play well at times in the first half. It was 20-0 at halftime.
It was, and our defense hung in there, and that's the strength of our football team. We missed a few tackles there, but we really couldn't change the field on them. When you make a team go 12 plays, I believe was how long the first drive was, and eventually they'll mess it up, and they did. They jumped off sides, and they had to settle for the field goal, and that's how you play defense. And so we just couldn't ever flip the field. Our special teams gave our offense a short field, but couldn't do anything with it. And you lose a lot of momentum there, and we got a couple stops there in the second quarter. And their offense had a little lull, but just couldn't get it out of that end zone, like we said, and flip the field on them. And when they were able to get that late touchdown in the first half, which I thought put us 20-0, which I thought really took a little wind out of our sail, and we just couldn't get any momentum going back in the second half.
Okay, let's take it to Neyland Stadium. For the first time ever, UT Martin takes on the Tennessee Vols. And UT Martin at Neyland Stadium, the big HD Jumbotron, great facility, Coach.
It was a great environment, great, the history of college football that was there, and, I had a chance to actually meet Coach Majors as we came in the stadium.
Coach Johnny Majors, who of course was before Phil Fulmer, and now Coach Dooley, the coach. Here's the kickoff.
We went with a sky kick just to let us get our feet on the ground and, to kind of, get them inside the 35-yard line, and we covered pretty well and give our defense a chance. And you see us there. We're getting to the football. We're making some things happen. Really thought our guys up front and early in the game did a nice job.
Josh Bay was active early on.
Very proud of C.J. Estelle. His first college football game here for the Skyhawks as a junior college transfer, and they tried to pick on him early, and good coverage there, making the receiver go up and fight for the ball.
Yeah, he certainly stepped up early, and he'll be an impact player this year.
Just kind of get us a little zone play, and he cut the ball back, and we're not there to make the tackle. Good job by Kendall Harper driving on it and making the play on the third and medium situation, and getting them to a fourth down to where they got to send out the field goal unit. Kendall had a nice game.
And the Vols take the early lead here in the first quarter.
You feel good from the standpoint to where they made them go 10, 12 plays and held them to a field goal.
Here's McNair.
Nice, little off tackle, down and round scheme, and Jason hit pretty hard, and gets to the third and manageable, and we're not able to execute and get it.
Hook with the punt.
Joe Hook had a nice night. I thought our punt team did a nice job on the cover, and there they are coughing it up, and Kendall Harper's there to scoop it up, and of course you can't advance that in college football, but trying to change the field there and give our offense an opportunity to get us some momentum back. And you see there we just had some miscommunication, and it happened more than once there. It's loud, and the snap is a little early. The play clock's about to get us, and our left tackle doesn't slide out and pick up the protection. If we do, our quarterback can set his feet and have an opportunity to make a better throw here, and Chris Thompson, who ran a good route, can go up and make a play. But those little things you don't see until you watch the tape, and you see it there, the snap, and our left tackle there doesn't kick out, and Rodney's got to execute better and give ourselves a chance on that fourth down conversion.
Thompson will be an impact player this year, Coach.
Well, we hope so. I mean, I thought he did some good things early. He's been a little banged up with a growing injury, and we've got him back healthy, and and that's just inexcusable there. And that's true freshman Fred Flanor, and he was a quarterback when camp started, and we just moved him to defense. He's on all our special teams because he can run and hit, and just running into the kicker there and roughing him, and that's an opportunity for us to get the ball back there with decent field position, and now we extend their drive, and that's very unfortunate. And he's got to learn from that, and we never leave our feet when we go to block a punt, and that's playing freshmen. Sometimes those things happen.
Skyhawks struggled with penalties. That one really hurt.
It did, and and here they get a little bit of momentum going, and this is their first touchdown run here. We bring the corner blitz, and you see Thad Williams coming off the edge there, and they're running just a zone lead play, and so our corner's got to squeeze that down. Here. The linebacker's unblocked. Rose got to come make this play, and we don't, and then the corner doesn't get off the block, and they got a good fast running backs, and and there's a long touchdown run.
Vols take the lead 13-0 after that at the end of the first quarter as we move forward.
You know, Joe Hook did a good job, but I hope our punter's not the player of the week anymore.
Sorry, Coach. And this one's a 40-yarder.
You know, nice job for Joe pinning them. You know, good directional punt there. There we are making plays with the corner blitz. C.J. Estelle coming off the edge, and you know, and things you couldn't see. Their offensive line had a tough time with some of our you know, movements that we had up front. C.J. doing a good job here on the fair catch, catching under rest, and we're backed up here, and you know, Derek makes a nice check here, gets the ball out, and gives us a little breathing room. You know, so when we do punt, we got an opportunity to you know, not be so backed up here. On 3rd and 7 here, they bring the corner blitz. You know, we're able to pick it up, and you know, get Chris here with a little dig route here, or a mini slant, and you know, he makes a nice concentration catch and gets it out of there.
Big 30-yard pickup. Let's watch it one more time.
You know, and I'm going to say we're throwing it to Chris instead of Maurice there, so we'll take it. You know, Mo's hard to find because he's not that tall, and sometimes it's hard to see him coming across the middle.
And we'll punt the ball again.
And you'll see this. This is, you know, something that we've added this year, and of course other teams will see it. This is our rugby style punt, and Coach Nielsen.
And this gives you options, right, Coach?
It does, and you'll see there. It's kind of a, you know, you run to the right and you have different blocking schemes, but you'll see here that as we run to the right, he has an opportunity to possibly keep this one and up the sideline there for a few, you know, for possibly, you know, faking the field goal, but it's like a student body right that he possibly can get the first down.
Tennessee with the drive.
You know, our inside guys did some good things, like we said, versus their center, and was able to get off and make some plays. And that's DJ Roberts there, redshirt freshman. And we are bottling up, and Gerald Guffin, and there's you know, Jet Howard, and 5, 6, 7, 8 guys there at the ball, and that's the kind of defense we've got to play. You know, there's under 4 minutes here, or there's under 2 minutes, and it's 13-0. We're still hanging around. You know, and I was real upset with this call. I mean, I understand what the officials saying here, but there was no whistle, and so that's where I felt like I was defending Thad Williams here, to where, you know, if this guy gets up and the official doesn't blow it dead, then he gets a few more yards. He didn't call head-to-head helmet-to-helmet contact. He said, you know, that we should have stopped. Well, you know, you see, we're trying to pull up. We're not real sure, and I just thought he needed to keep that flag in his pocket there, and if not, you know, that extends the drive and gives them 15 more yards.
And the players are taught to go till they hear the whistle, right?
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, because you remember Jacksonville State a couple years ago, we had the same type play, and the guy goes 50 yards because we pulled up because we thought the official was going to blow it down. So I thought that was a very turning point. And this is a tough situation for us here. We got to make this play. I mean, we're trying to load the box and stop the run. You see, there's a minute 51 seconds left, and I'm just, you know, hoping this clock can run out till we can get into the locker room and regroup here. And our safety, Gerald Guffin, I mean, he's got to fit tight off this edge, and he's a little late as he fits down. He gets caught up inside, and the ball bounces and takes a bad angle, and the corner gets blocked, and, you know, long touchdown runs will occur.
And that gave Tennessee a little momentum going into the locker room. 20-0 now at halftime.
You know, you come out second half, you get a chance to get the ball and hopefully do something offensively, and yeah, you know, we get a decent return back and get it back to the 35, 36-yard line, and decent field position, but couldn't do a whole lot with it.
That's McNair with the return.
There we go. You know, Jason's is basically getting yards on his own, and you know, Tennessee didn't just sit there and base. Knoxville, you know, they blitzed us and did a lot of different things on defense. And you'll see here, I mean, they're running a little speed sweep, and we're in good shape here for maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain. We just don't tackle well. We try to knock him off his feet. I mean, you'll see DJ Roberts coming down the line, Josh Bay, and we try to go for the big hit. We don't wrap up, and you know, and the ball cuts back, and you know, just those long runs are going to happen when you don't tackle.
27-0. That run really got the crowd into it, and you know, a few thousand Skyhawk fans and 95,000 Tennessee fans going crazy after that one.
We run the little reverse play there, and they get our receiver. We got to let that go. I mean, that's a borderline call, but once that receiver goes past us, I mean, the running back, we've got to get our hands off of it and make it to where the official can't call that. This was, you know, there's 2 throws Derek had during the night that were there were poor reads on his part. And he had good demeanor, he had good posture. Just this ball's got to check down to the back. And, you know, he tries to force this in there, and him and Shiver, a little miscommunication. And, that's he'll continue to grow and learn from that. They get us here with a little stutter and go, and our corner Derek Welch, he bites on it, almost catches back up, but nice throw, nice catch. Little bubble screen off the little zone action, and just trying to get something going here to give our offense some confidence as we're trying to get better with this young offense. Just a bad read by Derek here. We're running a little snag concept, and we're reading the front side linebacker on defense. You'll see here we got a little snag play. Our eyes should be here, and he expands. There's a little wrap behind, and we get the completion, but it could have been a 10 to 12 yard completion. So we'll get those cleaned up for him this week.
And Coach, remembering Carr, redshirt sophomore, this was his first start as a Skyhawk.
Well, it was a big one for him, and good coverage there, but good throw and catch, down the field, and I think actually I saw the receiver here broke a bone in his hand and be out this week.
Yeah, and maybe even a few weeks after.
Yeah,
that.
Exactly. And we challenged that to see if the ball hit the ground. I thought it was close, but they couldn't. Tape didn't show it. We're just kind of didn't play with the same tempo at this point. I was disappointed on this touchdown run. We've got some young guys in on defense, getting them some playing time, and just didn't ramp up and make the plays like we need to. Nice job by Kendall Harper there. They run the little double slant, and quarterback should have worked outside, and he made a bad decision, worked inside, and Kendall's where he's supposed to be, and good seeing us getting some turnovers.
Kendall Harper, the Trenton native. And Skyhawks trailing here 43-0 at the end of the third quarter.
Like I said, the third quarter was really bad for us, and let the game get away, and just really couldn't gather any momentum after that. Getting some pressure there, and I thought we were getting some push at times. Ben Everett did a nice job. Had a couple catches on the day, and this little stick route there. And Ben's getting better. Got to continue to work on the blocking, but he's made some progress since camp started.
That's an 8-yard pickup for UT Martin.
Just a bad read by Derek here. We get the cover one route here. The ball's got to go outside. You'll see, it's a man. If it's zone, we're going to work this inside, a little speed out. And if it's man, as it is, you see the single safety, and Derek knows he's got outside leverage here. The ball needs to go here on the vertical tap, as we call it, or some people say fade. And inexperience, he stays here, thinks we can beat it by leverage, and the DB does a nice job, reads his eyes, and just steps in front. And very unfortunate for our defense because they didn't. 50 points was not a good indication of how well they played.
Skyhawks back with it here in the fourth quarter.
Julius came in, and he still doesn't know where he's going all the time, but he's athletic and he's courageous, and he's making some plays here with his feet and with his arm, and he tucks it and make this guy miss. Maybe he takes it all the way in for the score, but at least there were some positives to build off of Julius getting his first action as quarterback as well. So I don't know if I've ever gone into a game when there was two quarterbacks that had never played before. Well, I guess actually 2006 we did with those two quarterbacks. We sure did, and we struggled on offense as well. Early in the year.
That's a 22-yard pickup there for McNair.
Wanted to get our field goal unit some experience here. We give Cody Sandlin a shot, plenty of leg, kind of jumped into the kick, and he's made some strides since the spring. So we really need him to pick it up, and we're going to need him as the year unfolds.
Final score at Neyland Stadium: it's Tennessee 50, the Skyhawks nothing. UT Martin taking on Tennessee, and we've watched the highlights there. And Coach, you really are opening up the season this year with two very difficult road games.
It really is.
Did you make this schedule?
I tell you what, unfortunately, you wanted that Knoxville game first, and then we had this home and home with Southeast Louisiana, and it had to turn out to go there first on the road. So it is very difficult, and knowing that we got Eastern Illinois the next week. So you're facing a team that's got returns 10 starters on defense that just got beat 27-21 to Tulane, another Division I team. They're a really good team. They would be one of the top teams in the OVC. So it's going to be quite a challenge to go on the road. But it gives us a chance to get away and to grow closer as a football team and face challenges together. So we're excited about this week's preparation.
Okay, we give the fans who watch our show, the Jason Simpson Show, here a little insight on what's going on. Coach, have you ever had gumbo?
Oh yes, you can forget now. I'm from South Mississippi,
That's right.
Pretty close. I guess really probably less than 2 hours from Hammond.
Okay, so you're familiar with the area?
Crawfish, gumbo, the whole deal.
Beignets?
A little bit. That's not my favorite, but the crawfish and the Mardi Gras parades and all that. I mean, being there Southern Miss, I mean that's right there.
So you have been to Mardi Gras?
Oh yes.
Oh
yes,
wow.
Yes. And so and I think I saw you down there. Actually.
That's exactly right. I was the king of the Endymion Parade or whatever that is. That's Coach Jason Simpson. We'll have more on this game that we're talking about coming up Saturday on next week's Coach Jason Simpson Show. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us, and remember to follow the Skyhawks at utmsports.com.